Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news to report to you involving the Charlotte Hornets. Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one, has a new teammate, and his name is Frankie Cigarettes. I meant to say Frankie Ntilikina. Frank Ntilikina, man. This guy right here is sorry. I'm very horrified by this signing. I don't understand it. There's a head scratcher. You know, the Charlotte Hornets under new ownership. You understand? The first domino to fall is Frankie Cigarettes. Listen, if you're a Hornets fan, I'm being concerned. As a Knicks fan, I still have nightmares of Frank Ntilikina to this day. You understand? Frank Ntilikina damn near dragged the whole franchise down. You understand? Single-handedly. Phil Jackson sold the New York City a bill of goods. You understand? On this kid, Frank Ntilikina, this kid from France. Like, they sold it real good, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a complete robbery for what just happened to us. It made absolutely no sense for Knicks fans have to endure what we had to endure with Frankie Cigarettes, y'all. This was sad. This was sorry. And, man, I really don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. I must admit for you. Frank Ntilikina is joining the Charlotte Hornets as they are on the up and ups. They are looking to take it to the next level. Lamelo Ball just signed for the big bag. The organization is already letting it be known that they are putting the ball in Lamelo Ball's hands. This is his team, it's his franchise, it's clear cut, no debating. And listen, Frank Ntilikina, the only thing I can see him doing is playing defense, but he can't even do that right. You understand? That was supposed to be his calling card, but you would never know. This guy, Trae Young, was just carving him up like a turkey. You understand? So, I mean, I don't like Frank Ntilikina, you know, so I don't like this signing for the Charlotte Hornets. They have a lot of guards on this team already. Why bring in Frank Ntilikina, who could drag everything down? You know, you got Book Knight there hanging on a thread. You got all these other guys. You got new rookies, new guards. You know, why bring Frank in there to contaminate the building? You know, to get everybody mental off track. You know, you got to get Frankie Cigarettes up out of Charlotte. I want Frank out of Charlotte immediately. Period. I don't like Frank Ntilikina. I'm not a fan. And if Charlotte don't do something, they have the potential to drag their organization down and set them back for years to come. But there's no optimism for you to tell me. This guy, Frank Ntilikina, the last time we seen him, he averaged 2 points. He went out there to Dallas. The sad part is he tried to follow Chris Snacks Porzingis. Porzingis ain't even want him. I don't know what was his thought process to leave New York and run to Dallas. Like, what was you trying to do in Dallas? You know, Tom Thibodeau tried to use him. Listen, this dude got... and if you Steve Clifford, I would be concerned because let me tell you something. He got Fizdale put out of town. Him, it was a couple of other guys. I forgot their names. Mind you, none of these players are in the league anymore. I'm surprised that he still has a job. You know, Frank Ntilikina. But it was I forgot. It was Moutier. Pardon me. It was Emmanuel Moutier, who's no longer here with us. Who else? It was a couple of people who got Fizdale fired because you know what Fizdale's problem was? He was trying to resuscitate a bunch of bums, you know, and he found himself in a resuscitation situation, and it cost him his job, and it cost him an opportunity to coach in the NBA ever again. I don't think Fizdale will ever be back, and it's the large part due to what Frank Ntilikina did to him. Frank Ntilikina has a lot to do with what occurred with him. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's not up for debate. It's the cold-blooded truth. That's what happened. You know, so, man, I just want the Hornets to just go up, man. I don't see Frank Ntilikina lasting. Why bring him on? I don't get it. What purpose does he serve? He can't score. His calling card is defense. He gets too physical and he's fouling. You know, so this is the thing that Frank does. So this is a head-scratching signing for me for the Hornets, especially with them not doing nothing in free agency. This is the domino. You wait to basically you pay nobody. And I'm not going to put all this on new ownership because new ownership is just a transitional period. You know, but they are behind this signing. I would like to know what went into getting Frank Ntilikina. Why is he here? You understand? I guess he's going to be trying to guard Lamelo Ball in practice, and Lamelo is just going to be violating him. He need to bring that hack, and that's the only thing I can see him doing is nobody can guard Lamelo Ball, but Frank Ntilikina is a certified hack. So bring him in there to give Lamelo Ball some reps in practice to annihilate him so he could completely annihilate the defense. But I don't see Frank Ntilikina having a future in Charlotte. I don't see Frank Ntilikina having a future in the NBA. I don't see Frank Ntilikina having a future in basketball. You know, I'm surprised that he's still playing. He completely lost me off the radar. Did he even play last year? We're going to break this down later on tonight. But the Hornets, they needed something better than this, man. I hope they signed him to trade him. Hopefully he's going to be one of them aspiring deals, one of them contracts, you know, that they could just throw in the trade, you know, whatever they do. Because they got to get him up out of here. So I want to hope that it's a method to the madness like that we're going to use this money, you know, add it to that money, and we're going to really get something big. But for Lamelo, I wanted to see PJ get signed. That's the news I want to hear from free agency. I don't want to hear about Frankie Cigarettes, yo. I don't. And everybody know in New York City, that's his name, Frankie Cigarettes. It's not Ntilikina, you know. But you got to understand something. In New York, you know, you are at 100. You know, everything you do, you know, like screwing up on the floor, playing trash, you just diminish yourself from there. You know, and Frank Ntilikina completely dropped his stock to irrelevancy. You know, for what all of the things that he did, you know, to the New York Knicks. And now he has a possibility to enact these same things that he did to the Knicks, but do it to the Charlotte Hornets. And this is a young team that I don't think has the infrastructure that the Knicks had, you know, who could survive a Ntilikina. Mind you, they drafted him high. You had Colin Sexton, and then it was Frank Ntilikina. You understand? So, I mean, this was bad. We wanted Colin Sexton. Nobody wanted Frank. You know, nobody. But it is what it is at the end of the day. What I will, and my DSJ was on the board at the time. This is before DSJ turned into whatever the heck happened. I'm talking about DSJ in Dallas. You know, when he was looking like a superstar, an emerging, you know, threat out here. But things have completely changed, you know, for this man. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But we're going to keep documenting the news and letting the people know what's going on out here. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is, man. We're going to keep bringing more news updates and more to the people. There's a lot to discuss involving all things Charlotte. We want to hope that this is a new day for the Hornets. That I just hope that this is not the end all be all. I want to hope that it's something else. And I can't stand Frank Ntilikina. I can't say it no more else. I hope he doesn't contaminate this roster. I'm sorry for letting some of my pain go. But pause. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. I ain't saying nothing else. We going live tonight. Peace and love.